In this video, you will see how to locate the element with XPath. We have a sample website with the few buttons. Let's inspect the element using the developer toolbar. I'm using Google Chrome. Right click a button and select the inspect. Your developer window is open and DOM is available. If you closely see the element, you cannot see name or ID in the element. So you cannot locate the element with name and ID. You should have different options. One of them is XPath. You cannot locate by the tag name because there are 4 buttons. To locate element uniquely, you need to use XPath or CSS. In this one, we will see how to select the element with XPath. If you right click and see the XPath, copy XPath and paste it here, you can get a valid XPath, but this is not readable and long. Also, it is not resilient. It may break as developer introduce some changes to the page. So let's write our own XPath syntax starting with double slash relative XPath and the tag name button and text function equal the visible text or the inner text, and this will uniquely locate your button. You can use another function. You can use function contains to locate the element with the part of available or visible text. Instead of equal sign, you put comma, and you can delete alert, and still you can locate the button. So if you want to select all the alerts, you can put alert, and you can get multiple alerts. This will be useful when you want to work with multiple elements. Also, there is a function called start with. You can give the prefix. It starts. So let's go to another site, our login screen, and see how to locate the elements in this page using XPath. You can type Control F or Command F to get into this view where you can type your XPath. To locate the username field or input elements, you can type input and you can see 6 elements. There are 6 candidates. So if you want to get all the elements, you can use just the tag name. Then you give the attribute with the @ sign, and the name is the attribute and the value within the single quotations. If you want to work with ID, you can give ID, and also if you want to go with another attribute called type, value is text, still you can locate the username field with them. Type is not a suitable one because in a normal case you may have multiple elements with this attribute. So better to go with ID or name in this case, which is readable. Also, you can locate the password field with ID txt password. It's available. Also, if you want to combine with multiple attributes, you can use them like ID and name. We use in real world first name and last name to locate the elements uniquely. You can see just one element is selected. So let's log into the system and try out some other complex XPaths. Navigate to the employee list page where you have list of employees. Say I want to locate this employee ID. Control F to get into this window and say inspect element, and you can see this the element. Employee ID is appearing within the anchor tags. So you can say double slash TD, and within the square bracket you have multiple in around 400 elements. A equal and the text, visible text. So 1 855, and you can uniquely locate the elements. So if you want to select the anchor tag itself, you give the /a child element. Now if I want to get the first name and last name for this employee ID, what we have to do is move into the get the row details. So from here I take to the ancestor, because it's not the parent, immediate parent, the parent's parent, so better to use ancestor axis ::, and give tr. So I am into the tr table row. From there I have access to the cells /td will take me to the, and you can see 8 candidates elements all related to the cells in that particular row, and if first one will select the first one checkbox, and 3 will move into the and 4 will take the last name. Likewise, you can locate the elements in the row and the cells, and with the get text you can access the values in those fields. Thanks for watching. We'll see you from another video.